Hi, I'm Joshua Alexander, mental health freedom fighter. One of the reasons I'm really concerned about the so-called keto diet being marketed to people with mental illness symptoms is how hard it is on the kidneys. People with mental illness symptoms have been on psych meds. I was on psych meds for 8 years, and all medication takes a toll on the kidneys, wears down the kidneys. It's like a boxer being punched in the kidneys year after year for many years. It weakens them, and then in order to climb out of chronic illness, you need strong adrenals, right? And the high fat really burns out the adrenals, right? So the kidneys and the adrenals are going to be harmed long term from high fat, high protein trends. And this has been going on for decades. People with serious chronic illness never healed on keto. I've witnessed it for decades. When I was sick, I searched around. I met many people who were sick. I went to clinics around the country. People were trying keto, and it was really for people who weren't sick. People who are seriously sick with chronic illness get worse and eventually have to stop because it's not based on how the body works or what's actually causing the symptoms. So when people finally come to their senses and realize this isn't a smart idea, I can't keep bombarding my body with fat and protein and just bogging it down all the organs and making all the organs fatty and just wearing it and tearing and taking a toll on the body. When they finally come to their senses and they're like, I got to start lowering the fats. And lowering the fats has been a principle of medical medium information all the way back, right? Because in order to heal from chronic illness, you have to lower the fats. You have to in order to address the cause of the symptoms, in order to knock down the viruses, get the toxic metals out, improve adrenal strength, right? To improve adrenal strength, you need to get the right trace minerals and glucose and eat every couple hours to slowly rebuild the adrenal strength over time. And people who are doing high fat, they're going to have a harder climb out of chronic illness. And that's if they don't, have some serious health problem that just takes them out. Like, that's how bad it is. People who are creating these and perpetuating these keto plans that never worked for decades and now trying to, they targeted other chronic illness people for decades. Now these last few years are trying to target people with mental illness. The keto words are killing words because they're telling people to kill their kidneys. It's reckless, it's dangerous, it's negligent, and it's terrifying. It's terrifying. As someone who has healed from mental illness symptoms for many years, who's been in health for over 25 years and witnessed it. I've witnessed the carnage of these trends, all the trends in health, just the carnage, just the road of broken people, left harmed, left worse off, left with less resources and less energy. And it's going to make it harder. And I can tell you, it's hard enough. It's hard enough climbing out of chronic illness when you have the right information. When you find the medical medium information and you have the tools, it's hard enough to afford the resources and have the energy to make all the things and to go up against all the naysayers and all the people constantly spouting back, puppeting back the trends, all the health trends to you. It's hard enough swimming against the stream to actually heal, because this world's getting sicker and sicker. So when you're actually healing, you're moving against the stream. And, people don't need to wear down their bodies and harm their bodies so that, and harm their kidneys and weaken their adrenals, for no reason. There's really no good reason to do it. Because it's not based on understanding what's causing the symptoms. The only reason it's out there is because it's funded. The protein law is funded. That's why it's taken many names over the years. It's shape-shifted to many different diets, but the high-fat, high-protein, low-carb diet has been around for decades. It keeps shape-shifting. New practitioners start building their brands and their platforms on it. It keeps everyone sick. It's part of the reason everyone's obsessed with protein, and we've been brainwashed to think about protein all the time, is because it feeds the industries. It keeps everyone sick long-term in chronic illness, decade after decade, trillions and trillions of dollars funneling into the alternative trends and into the conventional industry for disease care. It's not good. And I'm saying this because I care about people with mental illness symptoms. I don't want them to suffer. I don't want their lives to be harder. And I want them to have a chance to climb out of it and to heal. And to do that, you have to lower the fats. It's physics. It's how the body works. The body runs on trace minerals and glucose and nutrients from fruits and vegetables and leafy greens and herbs, not protein and fat. I'm sorry. It just doesn't. So read the medical medium books, listen to some of the podcasts, learn the information so that you have a choice and you can protect your kidneys and your adrenals and you can live a long, healthy life. Because the keto is the life shortener.